In Washington, D.C., spoke to a lot of people. I met with the president, spoke to congressional members, spoke to Senate members to try to find out what...
You mean the president that you've been attacking since the day before he was elected? The president that you said was the worst thing that could happen to this country? The president that you said you were going to take down with your crooked, corrupt Southern District DA's office. And you know, Goombats, we're not going to mention that your cover for the dirty deals that went on in the Buffalo Billions. You know your Lieutenant Governor, Hochul? Yeah. Who's her husband? Because the media won't talk about this. He's the Northern Tier DA. You know, the guy that oversees all the corruption in Buffalo. How convenient. You were saying you met with the president. Excuse me.
Is going on. This is my opinion, so it's worth what you pay for it.
Not much.
I'm not paying anything. I understand what states must do to work their way through this pandemic. The states are taking the lead in the responsibility. I understand that. I understand what governors must do. I am vice chairman of what's called the National Governors Association, so I work with governors all across the nation. And we talk about our responsibilities, and I feel good about what the states and what the governors...
You feel good about the 6,000 old people you murdered? You feel good about that, Goombats? How about your solar panel deal that fell down by the wayside? How much taxpayer money did you pump into that to fill up your pockets, you dirty gangster? Huh? You sell any cell phones to the state police lately? Huh? You still doing that with your banker buddy? No, I bet you don't want to talk about that. Made a couple million on that deal pretty quick. What else did you talk to the president about?
Doing. My question is, what is Washington going to do? The federal government?
Here it comes.
They have a role also.
They got a role?
Yes, the states are in charge, and yes, the states are implementing their plans, but we need support. Why?
You're such a genius. What do you need from the government? You didn't want to buy the respirators. You didn't want to pay for any of the machines that you could have had, 16,000 of them. You weren't paying for that. No, you're going to let the government bail you out, Mr. Independence, the guy that doesn't care what Trump thinks. Oh, by the way, who gave you the ship with 1,000 beds, put in a 3,400 hospital bed facility in the Javits Center? You didn't do that. That was Trump.
Support from the federal government, and that's the role of the federal government. Washington has passed numerous pieces of legislation, and they've successfully bailed out big corporations. They passed...
Here it comes. You thought you needed 50,000 ventilators, right, Goombats?
Pieces of legislation that have a lot of benefits for the rich and the powerful. Now, the question is, what is Washington going to do in terms of passing legislation that helps working Americans, right? Police officers, firefighters.
Oh, you mean like the guys with the $200,000 pensions? How about the old Westbury chief of police? 58-year-old guy retired on $715,000 a year. How about Officer Purcell? Clarkstown cop, lives in Washingtonville. Retired on $450,000 a year, or $415,000, I may be wrong. How about the retired basketball coach from Binghamton University? You know, SUNY, state school, $1.2 million a year, and he was suspended and never coached or taught again, and he's still collecting. Want to talk about the teachers? How about the teachers on Long Island? They had to put a ceiling on their $28,000 a month pensions. $28,000 a month. You want to talk about the Port Authority cops that all average about $250,000 a year? Huh? Want to talk about the Nassau cops, where you come from? Huh? Billy Joe boy? Want to talk about the Westchester police? How about the Rockland County police? Right? The $250,000 club. Because crime in Rockland County is so bad. While you look the other way at the Hasidic community in Muncie and in Curious Joel that break every law and mandate of COVID-19. Your neck hurts from looking the other way. you criminal hypocrite.
School teachers, hospitals, unemployed people, businesses that are struggling. How do we help them? How do we bring them up? And that's what states do and local governments do, and that's state and local government funding, and they have to provide that. Also, my opinion is Washington...
See, we got to pay for these cops and teachers and firefighters that all make this kind of money. But Mr. Goombots here doesn't want the federales and the rest of you states to know. If you live in a Levittown, Cape Cod, and you're anywhere near Center Reach, Wantagh, Nassau County, you're paying $20,000 to $25,000 a year to live in a hovel. 1,200 square foot to 1,500 square foot hovel. $20,000 to $24,000 a year because they can't steal enough. You drive a tractor trailer to Long Island, $100 to get over the GW Bridge. 100. Oh, don't worry, the Triborough, the Whitestone, and the Throgs Neck are cheaper. It only costs you about $80. Unless you got to get back off the island. Then you got to pay again. See, because they never take enough. They have fist, the population in New York State. They can't raise taxes anymore because people are running. They're turning the keys to their homes into their local governments because they've had it. They haven't seen a dime's worth of equity in about 12 to 14 years. My brother pays $19,000 a year to live in Congers. When we were kids, we called people from Congers Congoloids. Many kids didn't have shoes. I date my age, but that's the truth. Now you pay $19,000 to live in a 2,800 square foot house in a development. That's the kind of pollutive, disgusting criminal atmosphere this dirtbag criminal has created, like his father before him.
Washington should, just for this once, end their proclivity to make every piece of legislation pork barrel legislation. I understand they have to get...
This is from Pork Barrel Cuomo himself.
House members to vote for it, but that doesn't mean they have to make it a gravy train of pork just to pass it. Maybe you can just pass a bill on the merits of a bill.
Right.
Not that.
Yeah.
Possible.
To bail out you gangster.
This is supposed to be a specifically targeted piece of legislation to...
Listen, anybody out there, just go look at the coffers, the malfeasance, the economic malfeasance of all the blue states, specifically Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, Illinois, and California. All those blue states that basically gave Hillary all of her votes. All of her votes came from those states. By the way, they've had the most deaths from corona. You could add up the rest of the states combined, don't come near what those 4 or 5 states have accumulated in death. Every liberal city in this country is Sodom and Gomorrah. They're all broke. They're all disgusting. They're all crime-ridden. And they mock the flyover farm country of this America. The people who produce and grow, as opposed to the people who consume and take. Here's my message to President Trump. Let them burn. Let them burn in hell.